You don't make it this far because your character is awful.
No.
Typically, you've got something good behind you, and you're pretty good yourself.
Yeah, and you know, it's the tried and true, like, swords are strong against Wario. There's a lot of opportunities for them to just zone out, for them to stuff Wario's zone. But I've been talking to Gluto over the weekend, and dude, the man is confident in Wario.
Hard not to be with how he plays.
He thinks Wario can do everything in the game. He says that Wario, if you are good enough, can make anything happen. And so I'm assuming one sword is not going to shake this man to the core, but Neo, a big task in front of them as Gluto steps up to the stage.
And they are ready to go. Small lead early on for Neo. Nothing to really write home about quite yet. We'll see what we get. A little down tilt, up tilt action. Trying to see what the defensive option is from Gluto. I think Neo's going to take this first game very slow in terms of reaching for extra damage.
I mean, Corrin's one of those characters that's very, very strong at getting resets. In situations where you air dodge, they're able to come down with a nair, or they're able to reset off of air dodges. So I think Neo, like you said, he's going to want to find those situations where Gluto is willing to pick a defensive button, and that's where the punishes come from, because Corrin has a lot of really big punish options.
So far, it's looked really good for Neo. Starting to use the back air to space out a little bit more, maybe looking to respect the air speed of Wario and expecting Gluto to come in on some more linear trajectories, but at the moment, oh my goodness, this is a ring and a half.
And unfortunately, pulling the trigger just a little late.
Wow.
Willing to go that deep off stage with the pin, and Neo actually hasn't been touched in over 30 seconds. Gluto desperately trying to get back to the ground off the ledge. The up air pressure right now.
No shot.
And the pin will do it. Neo with a quick first stock and looking comfortable, man. Gluto has not been able to find a way in the mix-ups, man.
Oh my goodness, Neo. Neo, where have you been? Where have you been, kid? This is brilliant early on. Only 85%. We're 2 minutes into it, so you know he's gonna have waft soon. Maybe you spend it early. Maybe you spend it on that second stock to try and line things up with your Gluto. Right now, it's just it's just so brilliant from Neo so far.
Yeah, Gluto's finally been able to string a couple of hits together, going for the dash attack after the down tilt, now setting up the bike at the ledge.
No.
But wow, the Paralyzer able to make something happen from off stage. That being said, the bite is called out to the ledge, and Gluto still unable to find the stock at 140%. Wario struggling to find the stock without this waft, but the back air will do it on the whiff neutral air. And now Neo, a scary spot as Gluto looks to line up this waft.
I love reaching for that pin off stage. It looks like it should be committal, but it absolutely isn't. It's such good range. You tap him up, even if you don't get the sweet spot, you knock him away. I'm just enthralled with Neo's gameplay right now. I'm absolutely a fan.
And they've been doing such a good job throughout the set of spacing out Gluto, but I can't help be so nervous because we have entered waft percent, and Gluto is the master of finding it. Not committing there. All right, the double up air, and Gluto actually bringing this out waft free. 96% on the side of Neo. Glutonny.
Oh boy, I counted him out too early. Gluto's been around on this character for a long time because he's just put in so much time. The conservation of his movement, the willingness to not overcommit. It's being shown by both players, but Gluto finally showing it himself.
And now, on this second stock, Neo's actually been having a lot of trouble tracking Gluto's air drift. Because Wario's air drift is so strong, Gluto's able to mix it up very, very well. And because of the slow speed on the side of Corrin, Neo's been having trouble confirming into that up air or into that coverage option that we were talking about earlier in the set. That being said, able to confirm it with the up throw, but even stocks on stock 3 is not where you were wanting to be after how well that first stock was, especially with full waft online for Gluto. And
oh no. Okay, cash is out.
I thought that was it. If I'm being a stack with you, I thought that was it.
We both went dead silent. There was no question in either of our minds, but that will absolutely do it. Off the opposite side. The French Dimension coming in strong, sitting in the crowd, ready to pop off for their boy.
And I mean, that was a very, very clean game. Honestly, from both players, Neo, at the start of that game, looked incredible. Gluto was unable to touch him for such an extended period of time, but as we go into that second stock, I know both of us really expected Gluto to tie that up with with the waft on stock 2, and instead he was able to do it just with the fear factor of the waft. And I think that's something that doesn't get talked about enough when you're playing against Wario. Having the waft is an advantage in of itself because people are looking for up tilt and they're looking for up air. They're so scared of both of those moves because they know it means the end of their stock. And if Gluto chooses to not go for either of those, it gives him opportunities to mix up the other player based on that knowledge, and he's so good at that.
Yeah, it's any character with any sort of charged projectile too. Like the threat always, almost always matters more than what it actually is going to do in damage. Still, we're getting a nice start once again from Nao. Little lead. See if Gluto is able to figure out this stage immediately. Oh, he just gets hits.
Yeah, man. Actually, the up air out of disadvantage to convert into about 30% for Gluto. This guy does not drop punishes, man. It's crazy how consistently he is finding big damage as Wario. And now trying to keep Nao in disadvantage. Unfortunately, unable to pin, answering back.
This is good stuff here. Okay, we're just gonna charge that up. It's gonna poke, but he angles high and it doesn't connect.
Interesting, yeah, definitely could have angled that down or straight. It likely would have connected onto Gluto, but getting away with a little bit of a free stock there is Glutonny. I mean, you'll take it. You'll take it every day of the week, and now entering back into this neutral, these guys are both playing so carefully around each other.
Can't afford to do anything risky, can't afford to overreach, and okay, reached, but didn't teach quite yet. Gluto gonna let Nao hang on to that stock a little bit longer, and Nao doing a bit of the same, but not yet, not anymore. That up air is gonna clear it out, bring out the chain sword, get it done, get him out. Let's see what we do with the next one.
And that up air is so good, it's so big and so consistent, and Nao putting it to excellent use there. That being said, far from healthy, Gluto's going to look to secure this stock, and he's actually been unable to find the timing on the down air on up B. Thankfully for him in that situation, not being required as the back air comes out and the stocks remain even. Full waft is going to be online right this second, and so now Nao has to be very worried about, like we said, those up airs and those up tilts, and Gluto knows.
13% is all that sits on Nao. They're in a really healthy position. Very workable position too, as they continue to regain stage. Oh, I like it. Oh, jeez, that's a weird call.
That was so greedy!
He lived!
Oh my god.
That's huge.
I mean, if you're Nao there, you're thanking your lucky stars that you lived that, because the down smash, a greedy read, goes punished almost for the distance, and Gluto, I mean, he's so good at that, man, but Nao answers back in a big way, making the most of the stock, and now the first significant lead we've seen from him going into this last stock.
Oh, hefty parry there for Glutonny, but he's not able to do anything with it. That should have been so much more, but it'll be enough right now. So he gets stage control, looking to get some work done here at the edge. Big back air to clear him out, but not quite gonna kill. This is tough, and that's the first time that we've seen the up B lose to that down air. He's got the spacing for once.
Yeah, and that
not easy.
That's kind of bad news for Nao, because he definitely got back to stage a couple times because Gluto couldn't misspaced the down air a little bit. If he's got that consistently now, which we have yet to see, it could spell trouble off stage. That being said, up air is going to spell trouble as is. Gluto accidentally grabs the bike.
Oh! Okay, but still, that's still good. I'm a results-based player. No shot. Okay, he's good. I thought that's immediately Gluto getting out there.
Yeah,
he's threatening. He's threatening so much. He wants the fear. Oh! Oh, come on, give it to him!
Wario is so
Give the man his
heavy.
due.
His recovery so good. Gluto, 2 leases on life and lets the half-waft whip. You knew he had it in the back pocket, but fortunately for Nao now, doesn't have to worry about that option. Likely for the remainder of the match. And
did he footstool?
He did!
Oh! He's already taken off the headset. Tell me what we're going. Tell me what stage you are at Gluto. I'll tell you my bands.
It's actually so disrespectful.
Yeah, just already.
Yeah, footstools him so deep and is like, what do you ban?
Yeah, what's going on?
Gluto's like trying his heart out to get back to the stage.
But I have bike. I can jump off my bike.
Please,
I can make it.
What an answer back from the side of Nao, and I think that game, really the turning point was surviving that waft. It allowed Neo to put on a little bit of a lead, stop the momentum coming out of Glutonny, and just put him back in it. I'm very interested to see if the games end up relying on Waft that much.
I don't feel like the first one did.
I mean,
okay, kind of did.
Kind of did.
Kind of did. But it was at like a regular Waft time instead of him having to reach for 2, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of did.
All right, quick damage on early. Now able to get back to the stage, but Gluto is so good with the pressure right now. 92% unanswered and still control at the ledge. Neo has been unable to find the way back on stage. And finally, the aggressive up air allows him some respite on the stage, but an aggressive fair means that Gluto is up nearly an entire stock.
Yeah, that is a brutal way to get into it, but it's a good answer back. A quick 48, now 54. We're still climbing. We're going up the mountain.
And I mean, that was just, there's no other way to put it. That was solid fundamentals. Gluto waiting for the right opportunities to strike and spacing really immaculately around the sword of Corrin. That being said, Neo seemingly unfazed. 75% on the Gluto and looking to try and equalize these stocks.
Oh, man. Good tag with that back air, just racking up a little bit more damage. Gluto doesn't need to do anything crazy this stock, too. If he walks away from this stock right now, damage is done. It's a good enough spot. He's got a lot of room to work on his second.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he gets more.
And Half Waft is already online, which means he can actually spend it on this stock instead of waiting. If an up tilt or an up air comes out, Gluto will pull the trigger on this Half Waft because it will kill at this percent. And there it is.
Oh my goodness.
Say it and it shall be so. Gluto, that's the second time he's caught the neutral getup with the up tilt, and Neo gotta be biting the, hitting themselves a little bit, falling for it twice. This game is firmly within the control of Gluto. And what is so hard about this situation, especially against Wario, is that not only do you need to make a 3-stock to 1 comeback, but by the time you even maybe do that, he's gonna have another Waft online.
Yeah. And truthfully, before even a full Waft is online, you're gonna be at a percent where half Waft works. We're basically already there.
Yeah,
like, we're at that neutral get-up spot again. Like, it just, everything is mounting against Neo in this match. Gluto is completely poised to take this round. Or this game, pardon. I'm not sure why I'm saying it like that. Too much Valorant commentary. I don't know what to say.
All right, 73% on the side of Neo, and the aggressive up air off the left. We've seen that work a couple times now for Neo. And honestly, a really unique option, but that is it. Gluto looking, I'll say it, comfortable in that game. That was firmly within his control, and after losing a game, to answer back like that has to feel really, really good.
Yeah, 2-0, 0%, little JV3 action. Feels good. A lot of problems that Neo now has to address. They need to be a little smarter at ledge. They need to be a little bit tighter in neutral, giving up some risky options, giving up some free punishes.
Yeah.
Got to shore up the gameplay, got to find a way to bring it back, and I believe that they can. Don't get me wrong, but it's Gluto. It's Gluto. This guy's been top 10 the whole time, hasn't he?
I mean, pretty close to it at the very, very least, and I think the biggest thing right now is we have to see if Gluto is able to continue to find those up tilts on the neutral getups into the Waft, because both games that he came out on top of, that was a key part of it. And honestly, what do you even do? Because it feels like he's going to cover everything, you know what I mean? Going for that drop down up air, we've seen it a couple times out of Nail, but that is such a risky option to go for. If Gluto calls it out, your stock is basically gone. Rolling feels like a bad option because Gluto is literally known for catching rolls. And then jumping, I mean, Wario's got some of the best airspeed in the game, and so, I mean,
Topics, air excel.
Gluto just commands that presence at the ledge, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Yeah, it is gonna be a rough fourth match, but hey, Neo's on their own stage. They'll get a little bit of comfort that way. They took a good time at the CSS to, get the little box breathing going, right? A little 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out.
I respect it, but Gluto opening up with a quick 43%, and Neo answering right back with 52. Anything you can do, I can do just a little bit better, and this game is scrappy off the hop.
Hey, we are not going to be seeing a long fight if they're going to keep this up. Oh boy, really wanted that touch up.
I actually really like that call out from Nail. Unfortunately,
Sure.
not getting the right spacing, just partially due to Wario's air drift, but the idea is there. And there have been a couple of times where Nail has actually called out some really key air dodge from Gluto and just not gotten the best punish possible.
It's not easy to hit that pin. It's such an interesting angle that you have to position yourself from. And it's such a, I mean, it's fast enough. That's not too terrible of a timing, but oh boy, we're getting up there.
That was really strange on the side of Gluto. Expending that air dodge so high in the air allowed Nao to just convert in that situation. I have to imagine that was maybe a misinput?
You'd want to think so at the very least.
That being said, Gluto able to answer back on a little bit of a misinformed down air with the up smash, and this is right back to even. But the nice thing about the fast pace of this Game 4 is that Nao doesn't have to worry about the full waft quite yet like they have on these second stocks. The half waft will be online, but it won't kill at least until about 40, 50, 60%.
And we still got to be near ledge, right?
I mean, as you get closer to the full waft timing, it does get closer to full waft knockback. And so,
I thought we went for half. My bad.
As we enter these last seconds, Gluto still may be able to convert at 101%, and he will go for it. And like I said, man, within 15 seconds of the full waft timer, half waft is nearly the same strength. Gluto so good to convert there and able to maintain this lead.
Hey, my bad, Delphi. I didn't believe in your visions. Okay, not quite gonna kill. Wrong game. Doesn't have that kind of pushback on it, but we'll see if Nao can find the next one. Could have just curved themselves away. It's risky.
It is really nice that Wario has a lot of trouble punishing pin. It does allow Nao to go for some of those mix-ups with a little bit less commitment than there is against other characters. That being said, I mean, with the amount that Gluto likes to jump and the amount of airspeed Wario has, you have to be careful. And just the charged F smash, the chainsaw hitbox coming in so clutch.
Oh, I thought we were going to get so much off of that. Can't quite find the up air in time. The back hit it. Oh, boy.
What?
Hey, it happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. I know that it happens to the worst of us because it happens to me. But shoot, Nao didn't get too much taken out of themselves for that.
I mean, 57% off the back of a misinput is
it's not good.
It's a little more than you're looking for. And in case you weren't paying attention at the time, I was. The half waft is back online, which means up air or up tilt become lethal once again. And Nao has to be worried about that. Rolling away, very smart. Gluto looking for it.
Oh my goodness, the guy is just such a machine.
That was strong hit. What?
Hey man, he's better.
Strong hit?
He's better.
Strong hit.
Better.
That was the strong hit.
Bet.
Oh, okay. Gluto able to convert there, as we say it. The half waft was online, and just knowing when he convert, Gluto is the best in the world at Wario for a reason, the best in the world with those conversions. It's so clean every round, but a really great performance out of Nao, and I'm absolutely positive that we're going to see more from them.
For sure. You know, Nao, I could see making a good run. I feel like they hit top 24. They were winner's side here. What do they have, like two games or 2 sets that they need to win? Kind of thing to make it. Like, there's not too long of a path for them to figure this one out. And with such an amazing performance there against Gluto, I mean, shoot, you gotta believe a little bit in the kid here.
Absolutely, and heading into these replays, man, this Game 1, it looked very good for the side of Nao. Very consistent across the board, and
that's tragic.
I mean, there's just a couple moments, man. The Wario waft, the great equalizer, and Gluto's adaptation unmatched in this series. Nao had a lot of great ideas, but so many opportunities where Gluto just capitalized a little bit harder, and this was so nice.
Yeah, this little footstool here.
And even the mix-up with the neutral B, 2 really great options that didn't end up killing. And then,
fought so hard for that stock. Well earned. Great game from them, but just Gluto the rest of the way.
I mean, that was so clean, too. Just catching the aggressive options. The Gluto.
Look how locked in he is.
I mean, just dialed in.
I don't think I've ever seen Gluto make like a face mid-match. Like unless he really gets cheese, I feel like he's just narrow focus. He's got blinders on the whole way through. There's nothing but him and the screen.
Yeah,
barely an opponent.
And I mean, honestly, Nao kept this Game 4 very close. And
so
who expects to lose there? You got hit with the back. It was the back hit of strong Wario Nair, and you died at 84%.
Gluto's just better.
Yeah.
It's just better. Here, let me pull open the...
Yeah, man, that is crazy. And as we come into these next sets, we have to take a break and appreciate the individuals that made this event possible. And starting us off is Fresh Cut. They aren't here to give you a fresh cut, even though you may need one, but they are the home of the freshest Smash content from your favorite players, creators, and TOs. You can download the Fresh Cut app, follow the Smash community, and enjoy curated